Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about my cleanse that I do before I start dieting down for the summer, the diet that I do for the summer, and why I diet. So I have multiple reasons for all that, but I'm going to start with the cleanse. The cleanse I did this time, and I do one every year before I start my summer cut. I haven't really dieted hard for the summer in a long time, which this year I'm going to change because I want to actually see, now that I'm older, I'm 33 years old, I want to see how lean I can get following the diet that I laid out for myself. So let's talk about the cleanse first, then we'll get into the diet, then we'll get into why I diet. So the cleanse I did this time was Dr. Group's 6-day liver cleanse. This guy's been around for 20 plus years. He's a holistic doctor. So everything on this diet is organic, 100%. And as long as you followed it to the T, which I altered one or two things based on me wanting to retain muscle mass, because there is no protein in this diet except for some of the seeds and nuts that you have to eat for the snacks. Other than that, there is zero protein except for what you get in the vegetables and the seeds and the nuts. So I added half a chicken breast, half of a rotisserie chicken every day for dinner, which is said in here you could do. They only wanted you to do it for one day, but if I don't eat protein every day, my muscle starts to get sucked away, and I don't want my body feeding off my muscle. I want it feeding off my fat storage. So I would eat it once a day, not to overdo it, but just to maintain a little bit, which it worked. I mean, I dropped 4 pounds the week of the cleanse, and when I got back to the gym last week on Monday, I didn't lose any strength, so I didn't lose any muscle mass. The cleanse was very strict. I've never done one with a diet to follow, so that was new for me. I've done them before where you take the supplements at certain periods of the day, but you follow your normal diet plan. So this one was more difficult because of the calorie restriction, and the food wasn't that great because, you know, you're eating to clean out your system. You're not eating to enjoy what you're eating. So we, as a society nowadays, we eat for pleasure, we eat for taste, instead of what we were intended to eat for, which was survival. So this cleanse consisted of 4 days doing a certain diet, which I'm going to show you. So this was day 1 through 4. The eating schedule. Let's put it over here. Okay. At 8 o'clock, you ate breakfast, which you got a choice of a list of fruits. I stuck with the apples, the pears, and I did the watermelon, and I did the figs. That was fine. You can eat as much as you want as long as you just eat one at a time, which that was okay because I was able to eat to my fill or eat until I got tired of the flavor. So that was nice. At 9 a.m. you drank 8 ounces of one of the mixtures with the supplement. 10 a.m. you drank the 12 ounces of the other mixture. There's 2 gallons that you drink from. One was the supplement mixed with apple cider vinegar, and the other was just apple cider vinegar, and they were both mixed with distilled water. So distilled water does not quench your thirst. You have to drink other water while you're doing the cleanse. So I drank a lot of water every day because of the distilled water was making me feel dehydrated and thirsty, and I was so hungry. I just kept drinking to try and just keep myself sane. So that was 8 ounces for 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock was 12 ounces and a snack, which consisted of almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds, and just a handful, and I put it in a container and just ate the handful. Then at 12 o'clock, another 8 ounce serving of the one drink mixture with a supplement. 1 o'clock was lunch, which was a vegetable soup that consisted of a beet, carrots, broccoli, garlic, onion, lemon, bay leaves, Himalayan crystal salt, organic turmeric, organic oregano. The soup was very bland. I did not look forward to eating it by the 4th day. I had enough, but you just got to do it. You just got to suffer through it, because afterwards the benefits outweigh me not enjoying my food. So I did it. So that was lunch every day for 5 days. 1 p.m. did 1 p.m. 3 p.m. was another 8-ounce glass of the supplement and the apple cider vinegar mixture. 4 to 5 o'clock was another snack, which I did avocado, which made me not like avocado anymore, but I'll get back to it. I like guacamole. I like guacamole with certain things. On this diet, it was 2 to 3 avocados. That's it by itself. So after the first one, the texture and the flavor, they just started getting old, and I can't eat avocado again for probably a couple months. But if I get a plate of guacamole sat in front of me on one of my cheat days, maybe I'll be able to eat it. I don't know yet. It was that bad, but I did it. And that was all through days 1 through 5. Day 5 was a little different. It changes, and I'll go through that. But you did the soup all 5 days, and you did the avocado all 5 days. The only difference is the drinking schedule changes, but I'll go over that. 6 o'clock was another 8-ounce glass of the mixture. 7 o'clock was a healthy dinner, which that's where I put in the protein, half of a rotisserie chicken mixed with either Brussels sprouts or 2 cups of spinach. And that was my dinner, because you can eat as much of the vegetable as you want. So I ate a lot of vegetables. And not to be gross, but after the second day of this cleanse, there was no more solid coming out of me. It was all liquid, and it was all stuff that I've probably eaten over the past 30 years of my life that was still inside of my system that any of the other cleanses may not have picked up. And then 8 to 10 before bed, you took 4 capsules of the intestinal cleanser, slept, and then in the morning you had to go, which I had to go. Day 5 was the flush day, where you ate the breakfast. I did watermelon that day because that's what they recommended. There's no more of the drinks. The drinks were done on day 4. Did the soup again for lunch. At 2 o'clock, that was my last meal, which was avocados. I tend to eat until I go to bed. So last night, for example, my last meal was at 10:30, and I went to bed at 11. I like to go to bed with food in my stomach so that my fasting phase through sleep is shorter, so that my body, again, doesn't eat my muscle. I want it to eat my fat. And then after 2 o'clock, this is where it gets really bad. So flush day was the worst, I'll admit it, but you just gotta do it. 7 o'clock, 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt and 8 ounces of warm purified water. That tasted like shit, but you just chug it, and it's bad. But it says on here that most people produce a stool within 20 to 30 minutes because Epsom salt is a laxative. I did not, because there was nothing in me to come out. And then the last part of the flush, 8:30 to 9, you drink 6 ounces of olive oil. That was also gross. It's pressed, organic cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. Like I said, bad. I chased it with water so I didn't throw it up. And then what you did was you went to bed immediately after. You lay on your right side, which is where your liver is, in the fetal position to get all that stuff mixed together. It said some people get nauseous. I had a little bit of an upset stomach, but I didn't get like nauseous to the point where I couldn't sleep. Some people, it says it will even throw up, and that just, according to the cleanse, says that you're extremely toxic and you should probably repeat the cleanse another time in the near future. I didn't throw up. I woke up, I went to the bathroom, and then day 6, you followed the same breakfast and lunch routine, but then at night it's pretty much over. You eat a healthy dinner with vegetables and a protein. My brother was in town visiting, so we went out for sushi, and I had sushi. people say, yeah, sushi's healthy, but the way my family eats it, we eat a ton of it in one time, so the calorie content is way high. So obviously after day 6, I woke up on day 7, I felt awesome because of all the stuff my body got to suck in from not having it for a week. I did notice a difference. You know, I feel better. I've never cleansed my liver and gallbladder before. I've only cleansed my intestinal tract, so that was different for me. But and it says if you strained your stools, you would see like little pebbles of toxins in those stools. I took their word for it. I didn't want to poop in a strainer. So, I mean, I took their word. I feel better. Like I said, I started my new diet, which I'm going to go over now, for my summer cut down. And I eat and I instantly feel energy as soon as I start digesting the meal. So my intestines have been unclogged, or the walls of the intestinal tract have, the plaque has been removed so that the nutrients can go through that and be absorbed into my body, which is a good thing because we don't eat just to waste money. So my cut for the summer consists of 3,000 calories a day. My body type, I am a hybrid of an endo-mesomorph. I'm not a true mesomorph, I'm not a true endomorph. True mesomorphs are the people that are out there, they can eat anything they want on the planet and never get fatter, and if they look at a weight, they put on muscle. It's amazing, they're lucky. But in the other side, if you're eating all organic food is expensive. So if you are a mesomorph, you are spending a lot of money on food, which, you know, it gets pricey, especially I have a wife and a child with a child on the way. So spending money for food on myself is expensive, plus I have to provide for them. So I'm kind of lucky that I am an endomorph, which tends to hold more fat, especially when you don't exercise and you eat high carbs. Carbs are my enemy. Carbs for the endomorph are like kryptonite to Superman. You eat carbs, you get fat. But we'll go over that as we get into this. So my protein, fat, and carbohydrate breakdown. I eat between 250 and 270 grams of protein a day. I eat between 180 and 195 grams of carbs a day. And I eat between 130 and 150 grams of fat in a day, giving me my 3,000. Yeah, my carbohydrate total is higher, but most of my energy comes from fat when you break down the percentages and the calories in each gram of each type of macronutrient. So for my breakfast, and I'm going to do a meal prep right now because it's easier for me to prep the meal, show you this is what it looks like, this is how much is in everything. The only 2 meals, I do 6 meals a day, the only 2 meals I'm not going to prep because I like them fresh are my first meal of the day, which is a protein shake because I can't eat when I wake up, and my second meal of the day, which is an omelet. I like my omelet fresh and hot. And another thing, all the meals on the diet are always the same, but sometimes I flip around the order depending on my schedule. Like today I had time to come home, cook it, and then eat it. Some days I don't, so what I'll do is I'll flip one of the other meals and eat it earlier in the day, and then cook the eggs later in the day when I have time to eat it fresh. So the first 2 meals I'm just going to go over with you. I do half of a scoop of, half of a cup of liquid egg whites from International Egg Whites. They're cooked in a way that you can digest the protein in the egg white without getting sick from salmonella, or there's another element in the egg white. If you eat it raw, you just can't digest it and absorb it. So I get that from them. I do half a scoop. I do 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. I do 6 tablespoons of chia seeds, half a cup of blueberries, half a banana, and 1 beet. And that's about 700 to 800 calories for breakfast. You know, they say it's the most important meal of the day. I load up on the calories for breakfast so that I have sustained energy for the rest of the day when I start doing the rest of my meals. I eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. This is my second week on the diet. I've already lost 3 pounds from the first week. So right now it's working and I don't have to change anything. I did notice on Monday that I was way more hungry this Monday than I was last Monday. And that's typically a sign that your metabolism is starting to speed up. So that's a good thing. Like I just ate about a half an hour ago. I ate the egg white, the egg omelet, and I'm starving already. So that's a good sign. Meal 2, 4 eggs, 1 pouch of oatmeal, which is a cup, and 3 cups of baby spinach. So, you know, I do the 4 eggs, I put in the oatmeal, I mix it all together with a whisk, I put it on the pan, I cook it with coconut oil, which I don't count in my calories, just because it's, you know, it's more of a lubricant, and I work out so much that it doesn't really affect me. Like, I don't add in my calories burned into my workouts. I know that I'm burning between 1,500 and 2,000 calories a day just from working out. So I'm constantly burning calories. My body is just constantly going. So that's meal 2. Meal 3, which I'm going to prep right now, is 4 ounces of ground turkey, which I prep on Sundays, and 4 ounces of ground red meat, hamburger meat. Organic. I always eat organic. GMOs are bad, so we don't mess with GMO food. We go organic strictly. So I got my scale here. I'm going to tare it so that it says 0. I'm going to do ounces. And I'm going to do a spoon. Do the hamburger meat first. It tends to be heavier. So this is my protein and my fat, like I said. Not a whole lot of carbs. This meal does have carbs, but when you see, when you see the amount of carbs, it's pretty low. So let's get that to 4. And I like to be precise, since I don't, 4 underneath, and 4. So I don't like to, since I don't measure everything that I put into my food, like the coconut oil, for example, I like to be precise on my measurements. So I'm not getting ready for bodybuilding shows, so I don't have to be crazy strict. I used to do that stuff, and it wasn't for me, so now I do other things, which I'll talk about after I do this prep. So with the 4 ounces of turkey meat and 4 ounces of hamburger meat, I do a cup of broccoli. And since this meal is for tomorrow, I do not worry about defrosting the frozen broccoli, because as it sits in the refrigerator, it will get softer by itself, and then I'll just heat it up in the microwave and it'll be good to go. So there's a cup of broccoli. And that one is done. Okay, so that's one meal. 4 ounces of turkey, 4 ounces of hamburger, 1 cup of broccoli. Bam, no carbs. Meal 2, we're gonna do a whole 8 ounces of hamburger meat, because I need the protein, I need the fat. Hamburger meat seemed to be one of the best ways to get both without going crazy on the fat, because it is lean hamburger meat. I get most of my stuff from Costco. So every Sunday I go, I buy 3 pounds of turkey, I buy 3 pounds of hamburger meat, and I cook it for the week. So, and it has lasted. So I don't need to change that at all. Here we go. 4, 7, 8. Bam. And so now I am done with the turkey, I am done with the hamburger. And I like to have a wide variety of protein so that I don't get bored, because I am a plain dieter. Like, my meals don't change. I do 6 days a week. And I'll tell you why I only do 6 days in a second. But I do 6 days because on that 7th day, my body does not get a whole lot of carbs. So on day 7, I cheat with carbs. And I'll tell you the science behind that in a second, as soon as I get the sweet potatoes or yams, whatever you want to call them. Which, this is the last serving. I have another 3 of these cooking right now. Because the whole key to getting lean and staying in shape and meeting your goals is preparation. If you are not going to sacrifice any time to prep, don't expect to be successful. I've tried it in the past. Oh yeah, I can make my meals as I go. It never works out that way. I always end up, I don't have time, so now I have to alter my diet and eat something else that's not on it, and then you just end up going off your diet. So we got a ½ a cup of yams, and then 2/3 cup of mixed organic vegetables, which consists of string beans, corn, peas, and carrots. So I get a wide variety of vegetables in this diet, which I like. Oh, and I also didn't mention, in my protein shake, I do a probiotic with other greens that I just either don't care to learn how to cook, don't have time to cook, or they're not accessible to me because of where I live. So I get my other greens through that source. And it's a supplement to me, so I rotate it with some other ones. I've never done the one that I'm using right now, which I'll get out and I'll show you. But I like it. You know, it does the job. It's this Amazing Grass Super Green Food. It's supposed to taste like lemon lime, but I put so much stuff in my shake I don't taste it. But it is certified organic there on the bottom, and it's GMO free and gluten free. I'm not big on the gluten free because I don't have a gluten intolerance. Like I was saying, Costco is a huge savior. This is my chicken meal. So this is half a chicken breast. So try and figure out where half is. Slice it in half. Save the other half for another day. And then cut this one into pieces. Put it on top of the bed of vegetables. And it's almost like I'm having 2 salads a day, except there's, you know, I could add in onion, I could add in some other things that are low in calories that don't really change my calorie count a lot. And it could change the flavor of my meal. But I'll do that once I start getting more tired of the same old thing every day. I'll change it up by using condiments. I'm big on hot sauce. I love hot sauce. I could put it on every meal, but I just tend to put it on 2 or 3. But like I said, the easiest way to change up the flavor, if you don't want to change up the actual food, is add more vegetables for a change of flavor, like onions and cucumbers and stuff like that. Or you change the condiments. So, chicken, mixed vegetables. Those are my 4 meals that I prepare. The other 2 will be prepared later, or have already been prepared, as in today. They've already been eaten, but that's pretty much it. That's my diet, 3,000 calories a day until it stops working, then I alter it. Also, while I'm dieting, in the beginning, I do a cheat day. So, last week, the cheat day was on Saturday because we had an engagement party to go to. So I cheated on Saturday. The cheat wasn't that bad. I didn't really go crazy with the calorie content. This week my cheat day will be on Sunday because we don't have an event to go to. I plan on having a cheat for breakfast at a restaurant we go to in the area. It's all organic food. I've never had like the French toast from there. They do lunch and breakfast, breakfast and lunch. It's really good. It's called Crazy Beans in Stony Brook Village. If you're in the area, go there. It's delicious, cash only, organic. I'll probably get an omelet. I really like their omelets. Maybe I'll do pancakes because, like I said, I don't get carbs during the week, really. I mean, 180 grams of carbs for me is nothing. Before I dieted, I bulked up to 219 just to see if I could do it. And my carbs were out of control. They were probably around, I didn't measure anything, but they were probably around 300, 400, 500 carbs a day because carbs are cheap and carbs are fun. So I ate a lot of them, but I also got fat. And I'll show you, once I probably get into the 6th week of this diet, my progress from day 1 before the cleanse till the 6-week mark. And then I'll just keep taking progress pictures so you can see how my body changes from endomorph to mesomorph. And then my goal weight is to get down to 185, between 185 and 195, and I'll be pretty lean because I'm carrying a lot more muscle than I have in the past few years because of the exercise routine that I've been doing to prepare for my summer of events, which I'll go over. I'll go over the workout in the next video, but today I'll discuss like what I have planned for the summer and my goals to get lean, stay lean, and you know, do summer with a 6-pack. So, first goal, family. I want to be able to spend as much quality time with the family as possible and be as athletic as possible because I have a 2-year-old with endless energy. To keep up with him with excess body weight and body fat is a hard task. I learned that this winter. I just wanted to he wanted to go, 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 go. I just wanted to sit on the couch and watch TV or, you know, study for tests or to watch YouTube videos, educate, which is good stuff, but you know, the kid wants to go, you should go. You know, he's only going to be 2 for so long. So that was the first motivation to cut down. Second motivation, I am doing a 3 to 4 hour belt test in June. So June it's the middle of April. So I have we'll say 10 weeks to get ready for this belt test by the end of June. It's 3 to 4 hours. It will involve heavy sparring, a lot of technique work, which is just go, 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 go. So I want to be in shape basically to the point where when I walk in, I want to walk out the same way I walked in. I don't want to feel tired after doing everything that I just had to do to get to the next rank in my martial arts. So I'm going to be training my ass off for that. I developed a good workout routine that goes every 6 weeks. It changes, which I'll discuss in my next video what that is. And you know, it's a heavy toll on my body. Today is Thursday and it's a rest day. Normally I'd be headed to martial arts right now, but I'm banged up from Monday through Wednesday this week. So no martial arts today. I was gonna do it, but it's supposed to be an off day. Off days you are supposed to not do anything. I have broken that rule so many times in my life, and one of the major ways to be successful is to let your body recover. Food, recovery, sleep are all more important than actual training. So today I am going to follow the rules and I'm going to not exercise and I'm going to recover. So that's my second goal. My third goal, I love obstacle course races. I hate running, but if there's obstacles in my way, I get off on it. It's exciting. I love to do it. So I plan on doing with one of my buddies 2 Spartan races this summer. I've done civilian military combines in the past, which consists of a CrossFit workout before the actual obstacle course. Those are awesome. And they all fund the Wounded Warrior Project, which I'm a big contributor to. But recently there's been some fraud accusations in that organization, so it kind of makes me pissed off and sad at the same time. This money is supposed to go to the defenders of our country and the ones coming back injured that need the most help. And these guys are keeping it for themselves, which if I was put in a ring with them, just give me 5 minutes and I would make them not want to do that anymore. So I've done the civilian military combines. I did a Tough Mudder last year, a slack kind of last year, and only did one race. This year I want to do 2 Spartan races. One possibly in New York. It'll be a shorter, like a 5K, which, you know, is a good warm-up to a longer one. Spartans have the Sprint, which is a 5K. They have the Super, which I believe is a 10K. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. And they have a Beast, which is like 14 to 15 miles of just running, mountains, obstacle courses. I wanted to do the one in Killington this year in September, but that is when my wife is due, and I don't think that's going to go over very well. So I scratched that one. I think I'm going to do one in Pennsylvania, and then one in Boston, which are later in the summer, like July, August time. So I really need to stay lean and on my diet all summer long to because I don't like to carry around excess weight. It's bad on my joints. It doesn't look good in spandex, so I'm gonna diet. The cheat meal, the last thing I'm gonna talk about before I go. I do 1 cheat meal a week, or 1 cheat day a week right now. As my progress starts to plateau, I have to change that. So the cheat day now is on Saturday or Sunday, depending on what my schedule is like. I alter the days. I cheat the entire day. I used to cheat by eating as much as I could possibly fit until the point where I felt like uncomfortable sitting. Now I cheat, I limit myself. So if I would do 7 rolls of sushi in the past, I'll do 4. If I do a whole pizza in the past, I'll do half a pizza. If I do a stack of pancakes that's like 5 or 6 high, I'll do 3. So it's all portion control. And it's mostly carbs because my body will be shocked by the carb intake that it's not used to getting. You know, instead of 180 grams of carbs a day, I'll be getting 300 to 400, and my body will be like, whoa, what's going on? I need to do something with this, which sends your body into hyperdrive, and your metabolism will spike. It goes up, and then, you know, it gradually comes back down through the week. So I did my cheat meal on Saturday last week, and Monday I was just ravenous. I was like, there's not enough food. But, you know, 3,000 calories is a lot of food. It just didn't feel that way because my metabolism was out of control, and it's still up there because I'm still hungry now, and I ate about an hour ago. So I have another hour and a half to go before I get one of my meals with no carbs, which is not going to fill me up whatsoever. I'll basically eat and just be watching the clock to go again. But it's just one of those things you have to do because, like I said in the beginning, your body is not meant to eat for pleasure, to eat for enjoyment. Your body eats to survive. When humans first started walking this earth, they had to scavenge and hunt for all their food. Luckily, in our advanced society, our food is already produced for us. But we can't ignore the fact that our body has not evolved as fast as our technology. So our body's still operating as a system of hunter-gatherer, where if you don't eat for certain periods of time, your body will start to do the preserve mode to save your life, and it will store all the fat and just start eating all the great muscle that you put on. And you don't want that. You want to burn the fat. So you got to constantly eat to keep the fat burning process going. You don't want your body to think that you're running out of food and it needs to protect itself. You gotta keep introducing small amounts of food so your body's constantly working to digest it so that your metabolism is constantly spiked. So that's the idea of the cheat meal. You're just taking an overabundance of calories that you're not used to getting in for an entire day, and then your body just like doesn't know what to do. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting so much food. I need to just go and burn through this, and then typically I do it on the day off. My rest days are Thursday and Sunday. I do it on the day off so that Monday I have all those nutrients stored in my muscles, and Monday's a great lift or martial arts session or run or all of the above, because I do a lot of workouts during the day. As those cheat days start to affect my weight loss, you know, I lost 3 pounds last week. I hope to lose 2 to 3 pounds this week. Once I get to the point where I'm not losing any weight, half a pound to zero to half a pound, I have to change it. So instead of a cheat day, I'll change it into 3 cheat meals, and then the other 3 meals will be the meals from my diet. Then as that starts to stop dropping my weight and plateau, I drop it to 2 cheat meals and 4 meals from my diet. That plateaus. 1 cheat meal, that's the rest. And then after that, you can't not cheat. Like, that doesn't work. So I'll go 2 weeks without a cheat meal, and then I'll have 1 or 2 cheat meals, see how that goes, and then if my weight loss goes again, then I'll keep that, and then you just got to keep changing. Your body is an amazing, amazing organism. It constantly adapts. It constantly changes. That is a very good a benefit to the human body. Like, it can just, you do one thing for so long, and then boom, your body adapts and adjusts. Like heat tolerance. In the beginning of summer, 60, 70 degrees feels warm. By the midsummer, it's hitting 80s and 90s, but it feels the same as it did on those 60 to 70 degrees in the beginning. Then you get a 70-degree day, and it's like, wow, this is cold. But in the beginning of summer, it wasn't cold. It was hot, and you sweat. But your body adapts. Same thing with food. Like, you gotta shock your body. Same thing with the workouts, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. But now I have to go. I have some other things I got to do. So I will see you in the next video, which I'll try to produce in the next couple of days. I'll talk about my workout. I'll talk about the science behind my workout. I'll talk more about how my workout is designed to accomplish my specific goals that I've set for myself for the summertime. And then, I'll talk about my goals for the winter, and then the next summer, and then it's just a cycle. It just you constantly try to reach the next level, hence the name of my business, Another Level Fitness. I want to be here now. By the end of summer, I want to be here. Then by winter, I want to create a goal to get to here, and then boom, 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 boom. Whether it's through business, through the videos, because I got to get better at editing. I've never done this before, so I kind of got to work on that. Dieting, I hate dieting, but I have to change my thought process, just like everybody else. And just being a better husband, a better father. All these are goals that are attainable as long as you put your mind to it. I want to try and change my location to be in an area that has better weather more of the year, instead of 6-7 months of winter. I want 2 months of winter, because my business is very superficial in the beginning. People do it to look better, but once you get into it and you start to understand it, it's more internal, and you understand that as your superficial body looks better, your internal body is working better. The organs are there's great memes out there where it shows the intestines of someone that does a diet. It's a hard-working machine, and then it has next to it the intestines of somebody that eats like McDonald's on a regular basis, and how it doesn't work so well, and then they get sick, and we'll just go into that in another video. But guys, I hope this has been informative, and keep on keeping on.